This channel is for educational purposes only. Please do your own due diligence before making any investment decisions.
This is Joe Rabil. So I want to show you a way today how to use ADX and the DI lines to create a massive edge for you, especially at tops and bottoms. All right, this is something we haven't looked at in detail on this channel yet, and I think it's going to add some value for you. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. Now, if you want to learn more about some of these techniques, you can start with my book. You can click the link in the description to find out more. Also, if you do enjoy this content, please hit the like button and also subscribe. All right, so I want to start with the stock of AMD, looking at a daily chart. Now, one of the things I want to do is I want to start out with the chart settings. So I'm going to go and click on this ADX, and what I want to do is to keep things really simple today. The first thing, when we look at this chart, doesn't it just, especially on the ADX part, doesn't it just look messy? Like there's lines, jagged lines flying all over the place. It just doesn't seem like you can get a whole lot out of this when you look at it with all the movement of all these lines all over the place. So I want to kind of clean this up a little bit. So we're going to take the ADX line off, but we're also going to take the negative DI line off as well. So we're just looking at the green DI, the plus DI. All right. Now, what that's going to do for us is we're going to be able to see and focus in on what the buyers are doing. All right. What are the buyers doing right now? And if you typically what you think about is looking at the buyers when they're above 25, but I want to keep track of them even when they're below 25. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start to look at this, and you can see this made a peak here. We made a lower high, and then so we had divergence in the DI lines, clear lower high that developed. Okay, but we start making lower highs and lower lows in price, and we're making lower highs in the buyer's line, all right, the green DI. And then we make another lower high here and a lower high in price, but then we make a higher high in price and we make a higher high in green DI. Well, now all of a sudden this is starting to look interesting because we've started to shift what the buyers are doing. All of a sudden we were making lower highs and now we're making a higher high, and it is confirmed by price. So we could look to play the next pullback, playing it as a higher low or something like that. Now, it ended up being just a trading play. Obviously, if we're just looking at the DI lines, we don't necessarily have any long-term implications from it, but if we use it in conjunction with the ADX, if we use it in conjunction with the higher time frames, it can really help us with our entry points and getting in at the right time. All right. Now notice what happened again. We make a move, we start dropping in price and making lower highs, and we get this the buyer's line, the green DI, also continuing to drop, but then we get a move above 25 and we hold the 25 level. All right, so that's the first time in this consolidation pattern where we finally get back above the 25 line, and if you notice, the price pattern is actually showing a higher low as well. Once again, I mean a higher high as well, and then we can look to play again. The higher low is giving us a signal that things are getting ready to start to the upside. Okay, now because the bigger picture pattern, if you look at it on a weekly or something like that, was looking more attractive, this has turned into a much bigger play than we did here. But the way we would look at this from a short-term standpoint using the DI lines is very similar. Improvement in the bottoms, improvement in the buyer's line, showing that there's increasing buying pressure. Okay, let me give you another example, and I think we'll start to get a little bit clearer as we start to look at this. Now, let's just focus in on this decline. So we're dropping in price, and we're making new lows, and we're making lower highs in the DI line. Okay, and then notice what happens. We make a new low here in price. Let me just clear this off. So we drop down in price, so we make a lower high and then a lower low. All right, and if you notice, the buyers do not do that. The buyers are showing a little bit of resilience here, and they're starting to show up. They're starting to do a little buying. They're making a higher low when price makes a lower low. All right, so that's sort of the early implication. Then we rally up and we make another minor new low, and then we make another higher higher low here. It's starting to get a lot more noticeable, right? I mean, this one might not have been as blatant, but now we're starting to see this develop after hitting the 18, coming down and making a marginal new low. We're making a significantly higher bottom once again. So now all of a sudden we can start to get a little bit more bullish on what's taking place while this is at the lows. I mean, this is literally right off the bottom. We're seeing what's taking place, that the buyers are starting to show pretty significant improvement. Now, I showed you what these charts look like. There's all type of noise, but if you can isolate each one of the lines and focus in on how they are doing relative to price, and how they are doing relative to the 25 line, and how they're doing relative to their own movement, right? So we're making a decline, and now all of a sudden things have switched. You could also really almost look at this like a 1, 2, 3 reversal, right? We break, here's the 1, and then we get the 2 here, coming back to test, right? And now we're forming the bottom at the 2 here, and then this cross above is the 3. So we get the reversal, and that is well in advance of a turn in the price pattern. So just something you really want to be paying attention to as you're going through and looking at these charts. The analysis of this can be incredibly powerful, and it's not necessarily something you would trade off of, but it can really give you some serious insight into what's taking place in the stock. Now, if you think about it, if we were to do this for the green DI and then we did the same thing for the red DI, that would give us a pretty good feel for whether the buyers are improving, whether the sellers are improving, whether they're kind of at a standoff, they're both showing strength, or if it's a big switch that's taking place. Here, what I like to do is that when we're in a decline, I do like to pay attention what's going on to the buyers when we're in a decline, right? Are the buyers starting to improve? And then I'm going to show you something else. Let's look at this in reverse. I'm going to expand this. We're focused in on just the DI line. So now, instead of looking at a bottom, let's look at the top, and we're looking at red DI. So we're making higher highs and higher lows in price, okay? And then here we're making lower high, lower high, lower high, and then we make a lower high here, and that coincides right at this point. And then if you notice, we make a higher high in price, and we make a higher low in the DI. Right at the peak. All right, let me just show you so that we're on the same page. So that higher low coincides with this peak right here. So we went up and tested this high, and I think we even made a marginal, we made a marginal new high, and this red DI is showing that the sellers are starting to increase. Okay, so we're in an uptrend in the price pattern, but the sellers are starting to show signs of strength. So if we show that, now we know that the sellers are starting to increase, and we should be on the lookout for some type of a reversal. Again, it was the first time in the decline that we started to see this type of improvement. So again, we're isolating the weak DI. Learn how to play the weak side. So if we're in an uptrend, we're looking at the red DI line, and we're seeing if there's any signs of improvement in red DI. Now, sometimes it'll just be sloppy, but you will find in a pretty decent amount of trends, this pattern will develop on the when the stock's in an uptrend. We'll get the red DI to show signs of a reversal, and it'll give us great insights as to what to do and how to play it and when to be getting out of it. Okay, so this is the type of thing we want to keep an eye on. We want to keep an eye on green DI. Green DI when we are in a downtrend, watch for the reversal, and then when we're in an uptrend, we want to keep an eye out for red DI and looking for a reversal there. All right, let me know if you have any questions. We'll see you next time.